Hey guys, it's me. It's Queen Offset Haru, and thank you for joining me for the wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please pass it on to somebody else who might like it too, and drop us a positive comment in the comment section. And let me know, have you seen this deck? Are you getting this deck? Do you have this deck? And what do you think about it? Because I am getting ready to show you a phenomenal deck. All right, without further ado, listen. A little ways back, I showed you this deck. Check this out. Many of you will remember it. Wisdom of the Shadow, Oracle for Self-Discovery, Soul Work, and Transformation. I cannot say enough good things about this deck. This deck is a 10 out of 10, maybe a 20 out of 10. I love this deck. I use it for myself. I use it for my clients. As a matter of fact, I used it today. And this deck really helps you when you're having difficult emotions. It's, oh my god, it's so helpful. Please, if you haven't seen it already, I will put in the link or in the description the review I did of this deck. This is a phenomenal deck and is really great for shadow work. So of course, here we are. The creators are on the side: Jenny Han and Jessica Ricci. Now Jessica hit me up and told me, she said, guess what, we did another deck. Okay, look here, y'all, one more again. They did it again. And she was like, would you like to review this deck? So this is another gift. They gifted both of these decks to me. And she asked me if I would give my honest opinion about this deck. So I'm going to open this deck. As you can see, the plastic is still on it. I never even opened it. I wanted to open it with you guys. So we're going to open it together. We're going to get my first impressions of it. And we're just going to go in. I love it. It's called The Wisdom of the Divine Feminine. I just love the name. Oracle for Heart-Centered Embodiment and Wholeness. Now, that's quite a mouthful. I'm feeling that as well. So as you can see, let me take the plastic off so it won't be shining in your face. Use my trusty scissors. So it's brand spanking new, and I can't wait to dive in. All right, so let's look at the back. Let's put it up here some so everybody can see it. There you are. So it's the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine, Oracle for Heart-Centered Embodiment and Wholeness. The wisdom of the Divine Feminine is a timeless, eternal, infinite essence that lies within each of us. True. This 44-card deck book set offers a pathway to embody a greater sense of freedom, deepen into ease, amplify joy, and give life guided by the heart. Oh, I like that. I don't know who wrote that, but whoever wrote that, I like it a lot. And it's by the same two young ladies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, at the bottom it says the artist is Jenny Han, and the priestess who is in charge of, I guess, maybe, let me see, she's the author and the priestess in charge, Jessica Ricci. Jessica is the one that actually gifted these to me. I don't think I've met Jenny yet. Jessica is really cool. She's online, she's on Facebook, and she's on Instagram under the names of the decks. All right, so at the bottom, you can also see that there's a website in case you want further information. Now, from what I understand, I'm going to put a link here if you want to buy it. I'm going to put a link underneath this video. But from what I understand, you can only buy these decks at this website right here. If I'm not mistaken, because I have not seen them. Somebody asked me, were they on Amazon? Somebody was trying to get it. I don't think they're there. I think that they are independent, which is, I think, cool. Female entrepreneurs. All right, so I'm gonna show you the size. This is the bottom. Let's get a good look. I know what you really want to see are the cards, so I'm trying to get there without further ado. Now, what I like about these decks, excellent box. Love these boxes. And then they open on the side. Bam. Now, let's see. Here you go. Anybody want to read this real quick? You can pause. And you all know that I am a daughter of Offset. So I'm with the goddess, whatever goddess you're into or goddesses, I'm with it. Ooh, look at that. Okay, so this is the book. Pretty thick book, the guidebook. All right, we're going to put it to the side for a second. We're going to take a look at the inside of the box. I love these. Help you get the cards out. And that's pretty much it, standard. And of course, here are the cards. They're wrapped in plastic. Oh, they have gold. Nice, nice touch. So we are going to open these up and we're going to start looking at these cards. I'm dying to see this artwork. I did not look at any of this. The only thing I saw was the back, which of course I just showed you. So the back is a swirl looking thing. This I've seen in a lot of, not swirl, spiral is the word I'm thinking of. I've seen this in a lot of spiritual artwork. It often represents goddess. I've seen it represent the universe. A couple different things like that. So hopefully we'll get a little bit. It's probably a lot of 9 times out of 10 they probably wrote, usually in the front of the book they talk about the themes and things like that and give you a lot of background. So I'm sure that's in the book. So anybody who wants to know more about that, definitely read the book. Any oracle deck I get, I always read the book. All right, so we've seen the back. Now we're going to see each card. Now, from the last time I got these, they were in alphabetical order. Let me move this. I don't want you guys to have any glare, so I'm going to have to hold it like that, so you won't have any glare and you'll see the pictures, okay? All right, so, all right, number 1 is allies. Allies. All right. Now, I remember this is our first time looking together, so what I'm thinking, divine feminine, when you say divine feminine, that has a lot of energy behind it, because I think goddess immediately, but then other people might think about, you know, just the positive nature of feminine energy. And none of this is, you know, right or wrong, but it looks like to me it's really tapping into that energy. And here we go. The artwork is very, I love the artwork because you guys, I don't know how many of you guys noticed this before, but there's a lot of like goddess statues from the ancient world. And this artwork is really, really tapping into that in my brain. It's making me remember that energy. And remember, each card has a name on the bottom of it, and then there's the picture. And if you go to the guidebook, it will tell you exactly what it means. When we're done, I'm going to pull one, and I'm going to look and see exactly what it means. So I'm really loving this. And for those of you who are picky about card stock, the card stock is really on point. These are going to stand the test of time. I will have these for a long, long time. Yeah, I'm seeing a lot of oranges. I'm seeing a lot of red, which to me is always like a passion, a fire. So I'm really feeling that. I really love her art style. You know, she did the art for the other one, and I was feeling that art too. I like this. I like it a lot. Ah, okay. Now this one is a little peoply. Okay. I'm feeling the diversity. That black woman looks like she could be me. I like that. The one that's down here, she looks like she could be me. Yeah, I like it. Now there's like my grandmother up there and the candles around them. Ah, what a beautiful representation of sisterhood and community. You know, I love that because I love the positive energy behind that too. Oftentimes, all we hear about is the negative. So I like that, the positive aspect, not the gossiping, not the negativity, even though that does go on. But what about the love? What about the sisterhood? Because that goes on too. Compassion. Ah, yes. I'm going to try my best not to get too caught up in the cards because this video could be hours long if I do. Look at this. You know something? I have a deck and it's called, what is it called? It's like my top deck. It's one of my Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Came right out my brain. And the Empress, if I'm not mistaken, is in a similar position to this. And I love this because it's the woman, it's the divine feminine giving birth, the creation aspect, giving birth to the world. Because, you know, even though men are definitely part of the creation process, it is the woman that gives birth. So I love that concept. Any of you have the Daughters of the Moon Tarot, you'll know what I'm talking about. Cycles, yes. It just seems to be like things that the feminine go through. The feminine goes through cycles. You know, our period cycle, our trimesters and pregnancies are cycles. Devotion. Oh my goodness. You know something? I gotta tell Jenny, this is hitting my heart chakra like seriously. I don't know. I think they have outdone themselves, man. I mean, both of these decks are phenomenal, but I'm feeling this one. As soon as we're done, I'm going to pull some cards for myself because I like this. Look at the blue in the background, the discernment. And I like the fact that look at her face. She's older. Discernment and wisdom. I can't say that young people can't have it, but I notice with me, it really kicked up with my age. The older I get, the more discernment, the more wisdom I tap into. I guess because the more experiences I have. Ease. I like that because it reminds, the colors remind me of rain. And when I was going through this period of purification at one time, I used to walk in the rain. There's a song by El DeBarge, and one of the lines, it's called Second Chance, and one of the lines goes, I have cleansed myself by walking through the rain. That's what that reminds me of. Beautiful. Yeah, I'm impressed. I'm not surprised though. You know, I really do feel their vibration. So I'm really not surprised that I'm impressed, but I really love how they did this. The words for each one. It's not just like a lot of times when you get a goddess deck, you get the same words over and over again. I'm seeing a lot of differences here, like encouragement. The last one was embodiment. I'm seeing a lot of things that the feminine experiences, but it's not just the same old goddesses over and over again. You know, it's allowing you to tap into any goddess vibration, you know, dependent upon your own culture, your own experiences. Wow, expression. My goodness. I love that. And as you can see, they're in alphabetical order. They're in the same alphabetical order in the book too. Fierceness. I love this because I can't wait to unpack what's underneath fierceness, because so many women are scared of their own fierceness. You know, they won't even tap into it. Yeah. Wow. Flow. This reminds me of just, you know, going with the flow, the blending. Yeah, and just flowing with that energy, blending together and just making it happen. We don't flow enough in our societies. We do not flow enough. It's such a anxiety driven energy sometimes. Freedom. I love how she's in this particular yoga pose and opening herself up. And it just looks like she is receiving from the universe. And the thing about the divine feminine, just like the divine masculine, you don't have to be a woman or a man. This isn't a deck for women. You know, I know priests of Oshun, and they would do very well with a deck like this. Or a priest of Yemanya, a priest of Osset. You know, if you have a real strong connection to any goddess, male or female. But even with that, even if you have no goddess connection at all, I often hear women talk about how their husbands and fathers and, you know, the men that are in their life have no connection with their feminine side. So for a man who finds that to be his problem, this could be great for him too, because it could help him to tap into it. And it really taps in on an intellectual basis, which, you know, could be really good for someone who is learning how to get comfortable with emotion. Somebody who's learning how to get comfortable with that energy would do great with something that comes at that energy from an intellectual standpoint versus an emotional standpoint. Now, it's going to take you into the emotion. I'm very sure of that, because as you start to think about it, you know, these emotions are definitely going to come up, whatever they may be, positive and negative. But I think for a man who's really trying to understand that part of himself, these could be very helpful. And that's not, and not just that, you know, there's women, I meet women every day who tell me they struggle. I was talking to a woman the other day who was telling me that she struggles, you know, tapping into her softer side. These could be really helpful to pull some cards and see what is really going on with that. Because usually, some of it could be your makeup. Like me, for example, I have a lot of masculine energy, but that's because I'm Aquarius, which is a masculine sign, Sag moon, masculine sign, and then Aquarius rising, again, masculine sign. So a lot of my energy is masculine, but also it could come from not just your zodiac, it could come from how you're raised, it could come from what you're comfortable with, you know, a number of things. This is phenomenal. Look at her. Like, I'm in love with her. Like, I am in love with her. I need her phone number today. She is beautiful. I would marry her. She is gorgeous. That joy that is emanating from her heart chakra is drawing me in. Oh my God, Jenny. Yes. Yes. Look at all the bubbles. Oh, and it looks like she's singing, and the afro, the earrings. Oh man. This is my favorite card in the whole deck. Beautiful. Oh my God. That's what joy looks like, man. That is beautiful. Life force. Inside, it looks like inside the womb to me, like the egg, I guess it's been fertilized inside the womb. That's what that looks like to me. Oh, look at love. Every time I see a love card in a deck, there's something about me, man. Every time I see a love card in a deck, it's always one of my favorites, and this one is no exception. She looks like one of my exes. She is beautiful. I love her hair. I love it. I love the background. Love the swirls. I just love it. That is gorgeous. Yes. I don't even have to wait to get to the end of this deck to recommend it. I recommend it right now. Like, this is beautiful. Keep watching the video so you can tell if you really enjoy, you know, the pictures. But if you're feeling the artwork like I am, yes, this is gorgeous. I love that. I love the colors and the swirls. A lot of that, you see a lot of the swirls. It's on the back, but it's in the artwork in a lot of these. So I guess it's tapping into the divine feminine, because you see the swirls a lot. Nature. Very beautiful. I really dig this vision, and I'm very interested to see what it says. So I have to, that looks like Mother Mary to me. In where was I at? Colombia. That's exactly what the statue that I bought of Mother Mary looks like. All right. I'm making sure I didn't miss any cards. Passion. Yes. Yes. Some people have a very difficult relationship with passion, so I wonder if it taps into that aspect. Pleasure. Ooh, very nice. The colors are pleasurable. Takes me into like a sensual place with that one. Potential. Now that's going to be interesting to see what that one is about. Potential. Power. Tapping into your own power. One of the things that I always try to do with women in my life, people in my life really, but I do notice it a lot stronger with women, is encourage them to be empowered. So many women are discouraged from that. Men are encouraged to be empowered. You know, it's seen pretty much as what they're supposed to do. But women aren't always encouraged. So when women are around me, I always encourage them to be empowered, not to give their power away, you know, not to feel like somebody else has power over them. I'm really big on that. Love that. Love that. That reminds me of that Hawaiian goddess. I think her name is Pele. That reminds me a lot of her. It's funny how when you look at these, oh, the nakedness being raw. When you look at these, I feel like any culture that you're from, you've seen these archetypes. You have seen these images. You've seen these spirals. You've seen these beautiful women. You've seen this energy. You know, even if it was just in history books, you've seen this. Everything I'm seeing here looks to me like from just, it's like the representation of divinity, of feminine divinity from different cultures. That's what it looks like to me. This reminds me of India. Like every one of these is giving me some type of energy. Not appropriating a culture specifically or taking from any kind of culture, but it's giving me the energy of that culture and some of the cultural awareness of the energy of the divine feminine. All right, now this one, I think, isn't that the one on the, okay, that's the one that's on the box. Sacred union. Yeah, because unions are masculine and feminine. Even if you're in a relationship with the same sex, that energy is still present because we're both. That's another thing I was thinking as I was talking about men using this deck. We all have a masculine and a feminine side. Oh, that is beautiful. Look at the white dress. Oh man, these are so beautiful. I really, really am impressed. I like the choices she made. She made some great color choices with this deck, just like the last one. I love the color choices, but I like these color choices better, actually. Maybe I just like the feminine energy more, because that's my favorite energy. But I love the color choices. This lady here has purple hair. You know, she made some great color choices. And they match. Trust. Ugh. Oh my goodness. So many women and feminine energies talk to me about trust. How to trust. Lack of trust. Who to trust. Like, that's a big one. Visions. Beautiful. All right, so we're coming to the end. And as long as none of them have stuck together. Wellspring. Oh, wow. The blue. The blue is beautiful. I'm just making sure none of these have stuck together and I've shown them all to you. Beautiful. And it's letting it flow. Once again, that flow concept. Here's our spiral again. This looks like our last card, wholeness. And there's another beautiful spiral. I think you've seen them all at this point. They were in order. And they don't seem to be sticking. So hopefully I'm right about that. All right. And that's the last one. That is wholeness. So now, real quick, so you guys get an idea of how it works, we are going to pull our card. Just one for all of us watching. And we're going to see what the book says about our card. Focus, y'all. Focus on the card we're going to get. And see if you can see it in your mind's eye before it comes up. Now that you've seen all the images. All right, last one. All right, and we got, okay, we got the very first one, the Allies card. Allies card. I never say that word right. All right, so then we go to the book, obviously. And it was out here. And we're just going to look it up and see what it says. So like I said in the beginning, there's a lot of conversation about the purpose, the perspective, the introduction, the alphabetical, every card in alphabetical order, some ideas, some contemplations, and some rituals, and some spreads for those of you who are going to be looking for the spreads. Okay. And that is it. They get right into it. The first one is allies, of course. And we have here allies. We have a quote. We have some key words. We have a little conversation about it. Some questions to contemplate. I always use these as my journal. I always journal all or at least one of these. And then ritual is something that you can do to help you with this energy. So allies is about creating safe space. So people creating safe space for you, you creating safe space for other people, and appreciating that energy. Okay. So that's how you would use this type of deck. You would just shuffle, you would get one card, and then you would work with it. And usually what I do with this, like I just said, I do the questions. I usually just read it. I read the whole thing over, then I do the questions in my journal, and then whatever ritual is there, I do it right then and there. Sometimes the ritual can last for a couple of days. In this case, let's see what the allies' ritual was. Step outside right now, wherever you are, or close your eyes and bring your awareness to a favorite place. Receive a full inhale. Soften your body to exhale. So in this one, they just have you breathing. They have you saying an affirmation and checking to see what you feel in your body. The affirmation is, I open to receive insight from a benevolent ally who comes with intent for the highest good. So I imagine somebody that got this card would probably be someone who either needed an ally or needed to be an ally. And then they can discuss, in their journal with the questions, how they feel about that energy. So this is the Wisdom of the Divine Feminine Oracle. In a second, I am going to do a full reading with these, so you can check out the next video, which will probably be up day after tomorrow. And you can see me do a full reading. I'm gonna use this deck and maybe another one because I got another new deck, so I'm gonna do that. But anyway, so for those of you who really enjoy this deck, please look underneath this video, click on the link, check it out, purchase it, give love to the creator and the artist. Like I said, their information, I'm going to put all their information under there. They also have contact information for those of you who may want to buy these in bulk. You might want to sell them at your stores. But this is a phenomenal deck. I recommend both of these decks because I just love them. I just love them so much. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here. And please come back soon because I have a lot more to say. See you later.